Let's discuss key components in managing imports-exports. Managing imports and exports requires overseeing the transportation of goods across borders, complying with international trade regulations, and navigating different customs procedures. There are several key components to consider when managing imports and exports, including trade compliance, logistics management, customs clearance, supply chain visibility, and risk management. 1. Trade compliance is critical for successful import and export management. Businesses need to understand regulations such as licensing requirements, documentation, trade agreements, and import-export restrictions to avoid any legal complications. This involves establishing a compliance program that includes procedures for managing compliance risks, maintaining accurate records, and implementing internal controls. Key persona involved in this component include compliance officers and legal teams. To achieve trade compliance, businesses may need to customize their IT software to manage regulatory requirements and automate compliance monitoring. 2. Logistics management is an essential component of import and export management. It involves planning, organizing, and controlling the flow of goods and information from point of origin to point of destination. This process includes selecting transportation modes, carriers, and shipping routes, and managing inventory levels. Logistics management is an operational activity that is critical for businesses to ensure efficient and timely delivery of goods to customers. Key persona involved in this component include logistics managers, transportation coordinators, and warehouse managers. Businesses may need to customize their IT software to manage logistics operations, including transportation management, inventory management, and warehouse management. 3. Customs clearance is the process of complying with regulatory requirements to enter or exit a country. This includes the submission of import and export documentation and the payment of duties and taxes. Importers and exporters must be familiar with the customs regulations of the countries they are doing business with and maintain accurate records of all transactions. Customs clearance is a critical component of import and export management that involves both operational and financial activities. Key persona involved in this component include customs brokers, finance teams, and import-export coordinators. Businesses may need to customize their IT software to manage customs clearance processes, including customs documentation management and duty and tax calculation. 4. Supply chain visibility is the ability to track and monitor the movement of goods throughout the supply chain. It is important to have real-time visibility of inventory levels, transportation status, and shipment tracking information. This information can be used to optimize the supply chain and improve the delivery of goods to customers. Supply chain visibility is an operational activity that involves both logistics and IT operations. Key persona involved in this component include supply chain managers, logistics coordinators, and IT teams. Businesses may need to customize their IT software to manage supply chain visibility, including transportation tracking, inventory management, and shipment tracking. 5. Risk management is essential in import and export management. This includes managing risks such as compliance risks, transportation risks, supply chain risks, and financial risks. It is important to have contingency plans in place for potential disruptions, such as natural disasters or supply chain disruptions. Risk management is a critical activity that involves both operational and strategic planning. Key persona involved in this component include risk managers, supply chain managers, and finance teams. Businesses may need to customize their IT software to manage risk management operations, including risk assessment, risk mitigation, and contingency planning. Overall, managing imports and exports requires a combination of compliance, logistics, customs clearance, supply chain visibility, and risk management. Companies that effectively manage these components are better positioned to minimize risks and maximize opportunities in the global marketplace. We really thank you for your time spent on this session. Feel free to meet our partners by sending an inquiry email to contact us at t24global.com. Most of our partners have 15 to 20 years industry experience. So, please get in touch for any quick, managed business process and IT consulting needs.